kind of freaking windy today. So I might have to fucking hold my hand here for an hour and a half. Now let me put live chat on. I don't know why the hell YouTube always decides to start on top chat instead of a live chat. Live chat. Oh, here we go again with the what's up. I guess I probably just read what's up to every single person who jumps in. What's up, Jess West End? What's up, Caps and Cavs Vlog? What's up, Modern Farmer? What's up, Fox 400? What's up, R2D2? What's up, Sean? What's up, Javier? What's up, Grib? What's up, Theo McGuirty? God is up. Hi, yo. What's up? What's up? What's up? Zach. What's up, Zach? What's up, Deplorable? What's up, Melon Farmer? It's Sunday morning, bro. What's up? What's up? It's Sunday fucking morning. Hopefully it doesn't get too windy. Hopefully it doesn't get too windy. So yeah, I mean, wow, 63. What was that? 70. 70 people within the first 25 seconds or so. And that was interesting. Wow, that's surprising. And then it kind of stopped. So interesting. Wow. So, as you guys know, there's a Flat Earth park, or rather a Flat Earth. Oh wait, $2 super chat. Hang on. Oh, sorry guys. It's $2 super chat from Theo McGuirty. What's down? Serious question. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's like hollow or something. That's what people say. It's like fucking hollow or something. We got people here who think it's public parks are not allowed for the public. That's funny. I didn't know that. I didn't know public. You're not allowed to go to public parks. I didn't know that. I thought public parks were for the public. Oh shit! Oh shit! So Netflix has decided to feature a Flat Earth documentary called Behind the Curve. And a lot of globetards, low IQ globetards, $5 super chat from JS, thank you very much. A lot of the butthurt globetards are celebrating it as some type of victory for the globe, which is just embarrassing. Like, if you even have to celebrate anything against flat earthers, you're already losing, because flat earthers are demonized as the dumbest people on the face of the earth. But that's kind of what my video is about today. For all the bad things that allegedly happened in the Behind the Curve documentary, for all the embarrassing moments and devastating defeats for flat earth, the documentary on Netflix, the Flat Earth documentary on Netflix, they were forced to make a devastating concession that is probably the most epic defeat for the globe ever. It's really, really something. And that concession is that flat earthers are not stupid. Oh man, that must have hurt. That must have hurt. The Netflix documentary Behind the Curve was forced to concede the unconceivable. I know that's not a word, but we're going to use it anyways. The Netflix documentary was forced to concede the unconceivable. That which should never be asserted. And what is that? That flat earthers are not necessarily dumb people. You see, flat earth has remained on the peripheral of society now for centuries, largely due to the societal propaganda that says that flat earthers are stupid, dumb morons. Okay? That is how flat earth has remained on the peripheral, mocked and discredited. The primary way to debunk and discredit flat earth has always been to ridicule, mock, smear, and call it stupid. Right? You guys see what I'm saying? To call it stupid. And to dare ever concede that flat earthers are actually intelligent people, as crazy as you might think their views about the shape of the earth are, to concede that they can actually be smart, talented individuals is devastating. And there's actually a very specific scene in the documentary. There's actually a specific scene in the documentary where they are showcasing the work of this flat earther who makes flat earth models. Forget the guy's name, but he makes these really awesome, elaborate flat earth models. And the guy clearly knows what he's doing. Hey, what's up, Flat Earth Birth? The guy clearly knows what he's doing in terms of the craftsmanship, in terms of the electronics. I mean, these are electronic flat earth models. These are, I mean, they're really intricate, they're really beautiful, and they're really, really interesting. And they obviously require some level of a functioning brain to complete. And right after they finish in this Netflix documentary, Behind the Curve, this Netflix Flat Earth documentary, right after they showcase this flat earther's incredibly intricate and complex flat earth models, these real world like flat earth, they're physical models you can buy on the internet. They cut the documentary cuts to a whole segment. I want to say real quick, thank you to everybody who somehow made it through the censorship algorithm. It was 70 people were in here within the first 25 seconds. That doesn't even happen. That was really interesting. 70 people were in here, but then it just like stopped, and now we're kind of creeping forward. So I want to say thank you again to everybody who made it through the what's probably a deboosting shadow ban algorithm. And I also want to say you could probably just multiply my live viewer count by 6 or 7, and that's probably like the actual accurate number, adjusted for the flat earth censorship. But then I want to say thank you to everybody who's in here. Flat Earth Perth says, my mom said to me, isn't it great Netflix is promoting your flat earth stuff? No such thing as bad publicity. Well, of course. And again, I said it yesterday, the only people who are celebrating, the only Globers who are celebrating this flat earth Netflix documentary as some kind of a cheap victory are the low IQ Globers. Because, you know, you can be a Glober and be high IQ. It's totally possible. But you could also be a shockingly low IQ atheist Glober, for example, like incel, like ugly incel atheist Glober, for example. It's totally possible. And they're the only ones celebrating because they're so desperate to get rid of this flat earth thing. And everything they do fails because, sorry to break it to you, smart people are allowed to be globe skeptics. It's true. Look it up. It's true. So this Netflix documentary showcases the incredible high IQ work of this flat earther who makes these beautiful flat earth models that you can purchase online. And the next segment in the flat earth documentary they cut straight to is all the experts they interviewed talking about how flat earthers are smart, that they're not stupid, they're not idiots. Sorry, let me just get back to the latest stuff here. Okay. That they're not stupid. That flat earthers can absolutely be smart, like functioning smart people. Absolutely. And it's not necessarily that stupidity leads people to think the earth is flat or to become a globe skeptic, but that it's more maybe questioning and distrust of authority. But this was a devastating concession that the documentary had to make, and that really the authorities and the globe side, they had to make this incredible concession that flat earthers, despite being the most ridiculed, mocked, and labeled as stupid group of people in the history of the world. I mean, the go-to insult when you're trying to suggest somebody is stupid is to call them a flat earther. We all know what being called a flat earther means in society. To concede that flat earthers are not necessarily dumb people is a incredible concession to make. And again, only people who aren't looking long-term, short-sighted individuals are the only ones who would celebrate this Behind the Curve documentary as some type of incredible defeat for Flat Earth and a victory for the globe. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But again, that's what you do when you're desperate and you feel like you can't defeat globe skepticism. So I just wanted to put that in real quick. Sorry, for some reason there's no chat. Yeah. See, I don't know why the chat wasn't showing that. I mean, come on, you probably want to show the chat. I'll tell you one thing, this chat is very flat. Very flat. So that was incredible. That was, I mean, people, a lot of flat earthers got really butthurt and worked up about this flat earth documentary. I really enjoyed it. And as far as I'm concerned, the flat earth documentary on Netflix, Behind the Curve, it was an incredible showcase of globe skepticism. It was amazing. Like, you couldn't have paid for better marketing. It was like the best advertisement ever. And I really don't understand why some people I really don't understand why some people got butthurt over that thing. It's the best free advertising for Flat Earth, and good. If you think that some little laser test and some little gyroscope thing is somehow like devastating for Flat Earth, you're just desperate. You're just a desperate glober who really wants to believe that Flat Earth is finally going to go away. It's really funny, guys. Really funny. So it's really that simple. Really, really, really that simple. There's really not much else to be said about it. Great. The Behind the Curve documentary was great advertising for Flat Earth. Fantastic advertising for globe skepticism. And I mean that's it. I mean, first of all, it normalized Flat Earth. Behind the Curve documentary has normalized Flat Earth for the normies. It is now socially acceptable to talk about Flat Earth because, hey, there's a Netflix documentary about it. It's not just crazy people on YouTube. So think about that. Really, really simple. And the concession, having to concede that Flat Earthers can absolutely be very intelligent and talented people. Devastating. Flat Earthers are supposed to be the dumbest people on the face of the plane. Think about it. The go-to insult when you want to insult somebody's intelligence is to call them a flat earther. Well, now the official Flat Earth documentary on Netflix says flat earthers can be really, really smart, really, really intelligent. So this is devastating, and it is time for globers to concede that flat earth and globe skepticism isn't just retards who can't understand their world. Yes, does it require a healthy dose of skepticism to question the shape of the earth? Of course it does. But hey, I thought skepticism was like, like that's cool. Like you're supposed to be a skeptic. Like that's politically correct. Like, yeah, subscribe to Skeptic Magazine. Join today. So yeah, like skeptics and like skeptical skeptics and stuff. But incredible. So yeah, I mean, 185 live viewers, pretty good. Pretty good. So it's just like whatever, man. Just like whatever. So yeah, devastating. The Flat Earth documentary Behind the Curve was a win for globe skepticism. I mean, slam dunk win. And sorry, there's nothing else to be said about it. The thing is, there's a lot of people who get very discouraged by short-term struggle. And yesterday I gave a good example of how during the 2016 election with Trump, over his entire election run, his entire run for president, I had multiple people tell me, oh, this latest manufactured crisis by the media that Trump said this and it's over for him, or Trump said this and it's over for him. Every time there was a new disastrous campaign-ending crisis for Trump, I would get a bunch of messages from people who supported Trump, but also who hated Trump. And they would be like, it's over, Chris. You're finished. Trump is done now. There's no way he's going to survive. I can't believe he said that. What an idiot. He screwed up. It's done. And now, well, as we all know what happened, Trump won, duh. And I told everybody at the time, I'm like, this is not going to have any effect. It's going to make no difference. It doesn't matter. So some people they're a bit short-sighted and they seem to get discouraged by little hurdles here and there. But if you have a long-term view, for example, if you're all about like high IQ skepticism and you're all about like long-term high IQ skepticism, then dude, it's just like you don't even feel some silly documentary that was ultimately a win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win for globe skepticism and anybody who's just asking questions. So that's it, man. What else needs to be said at this point? Beautiful day at the park, that's for sure. What's up, chocolate? What's up, chocolate? Everybody, chocolate saying up in the house. Chocolate saying. Chocolate saying. So yeah, anyways, I don't know what else there is to say. I mean, devastating concession. Epic defeat. What else do we say? Bruh. Bit of a windy day at the park here today. Hey, what's up, Stephen Vegan Simmons? Stephen Vegan Simmons. We have a comment from Jacob. Just not sure I'm following this. Why is there a fascination with flat Earth? Even if it was true, what happens? Does your life change? I'm all for skepticism, but I'm just not sure about this. Yeah, well, that's the problem. I answered this question like a week or two ago, so I don't want to fucking beat a dead horse here. But Someone says they have notifications on, but they didn't get a notification for this. Of course, of course, of course they do. I mean, yeah, of course. That's everybody says that happens. They don't get notifications. So you want to know why? A lot of people ask me, "Hey, dude, you got 208,000 subscribers, but like it doesn't seem like people tune into your live streams. You have such a low count compared to other channels." It's like, yeah, well, I get so many people saying they don't get notifications. So I've seen a few other channels who support the globe, and they get levels of viewership where it just like you have to scratch your head and wonder, you know what? That's what happens on a channel where YouTube actually runs like YouTube should. You know. Yeah, so yeah, it's exactly. Someone says hit the bell. Exactly. Hit the bell. Hit the bell, go to hell, he says. But hit the bell. Smash the bell notification icon if you haven't already. But yeah, some people say, "Oh, but why be skeptical about the shape of the Earth? It doesn't. If it turns out the Earth is flat, it won't make a difference. It doesn't make it's round or flat. It doesn't matter." Whenever anybody says that, I've realized that they just admitted that they think the Earth is flat, because there's no fucking way in hell that the literal ground beneath your feet could change shape and nothing change. Skyscrapers should crumble. Institutions should collapse. It should be a cataclysmic event if it turns out that the very foundation beneath your feet turns out to be a completely different shape than they told you. I think when people say, you know, it wouldn't make who cares if it's flat around anyways? It wouldn't change my life at all. You are admitting you think the Earth is flat. I mean, after all, that is, that's like, I mean, flat and stationary is the starting point. I mean, let's just be real here. Like for any skeptic in the skeptic community, flat and stationary, like that's where you start in life. You don't wake up and say, "I live on a spinning ball." You wake up and you say flat and stationary. If the wind wasn't blowing so hard today, this lake here would probably be still as a mirror. Okay, so that's the starting point. And indeed, mainstream college. What's up, Chocolate? Yeah, feeling great today, bro. I hope you're feeling good too. Yeah, exactly. Even mainstream textbooks, astronomy textbooks, will admit that it makes sense that our ancestors thought the Earth was flat, stationary, and geocentric. They admit this. They're like, yeah, of course. Yeah. As far as our observations are concerned, you have every reason to think the Earth is flat, stationary, and geocentric. They admit this. I can pull it up later if you want. I've showed it before on my channel in prior videos. Oh, that'd be awesome, Flat Earth Perth. Hey, yeah, hey, Flat Earth Perth, man. You ever come to South Florida? Because I'm in South Florida. Hit me up, man. Hit me up. We'll totally meet up and we'll do some experiments or some shit. I got that P1000, so we'll put that bitch to use. We'll do some stuff, bruh. I had a drone, but I crashed it. So, sorry. That's like the fourth time I crashed a fucking drone. Almost completely destroyed it like the second time, but was able to fix it after like 2 months of research and like trying different things. And I fixed it, which was incredible. It's like a miracle. And then unfortunately, I crashed it trying to get some good. I was trying to get like some semi-orthographic shots of Key Biscayne, the lighthouse and the buildings. I was trying to get that, but fortunately I couldn't, because I crashed the freaking drone. The drone crashed, camera broke off, just completely screwed the drone up, unfortunately. So, um, I think the wind kind of died down. So, yeah. So yeah, man, that'd be fucking crazy. That'd be really cool for sure. Just globe skeptics uniting, dude. It's like globe skeptics like uniting, bro. Like fucking uniting. It's like hashtag globe skepticism. Someone says they live in Palm. Let's go to Lake Okeechobee. I thought about Lake Okeechobee and I looked it up. I think it's like 30 something miles or some shit like that. I forgot. 30 something miles, Lake Okeechobee. What's up, Hans Race? And but the problem is I was so hoping that there would be some type of structure. Sorry, the wind's picking up again. I was so hoping there would be some kind of structure on Lake Okeechobee. You know, like Lake Pontchartrain style stuff. Some kind of a bridge, something. And fuck, I was way out of luck, man. There's nothing on Lake Okeechobee. So if I wanted to actually go and do like some like causeway based type observation where you have some kind of a structure that's like fucking straight, just like straight structure for miles and miles and miles. You know, the closest one that I can think of is Lake Pontchartrain, which is like a 12-hour drive from where I am at. And I find Lake Pontchartrain very fascinating, and I actually want to go to Lake Pontchartrain. I want to go there, and I want to take a look at it for myself. I find it very interesting. I think it's kind of interesting by default that essentially Lake Pontchartrain is an optical observation, and you're basically judging what's occurring at the horizon. And as far as I'm concerned, the horizon is an optical phenomenon. The horizon is not the water-lined peak of the bulge of the curve of the earth. No. From my understanding, the waterline, the horizon, is simply an optical phenomenon. That's all it is. It's an optical phenomenon. So, oh, it's so beautiful out here today. It's so fucking beautiful out here today. So I just think it's interesting that one of the slam dunk proofs for the globe would be Lake Pontchartrain, but that is basically it's another one of these obstruction tests. It's what's taking place out there into the distance due to the horizon. And, you know, yeah, allegedly you can see a bunch of curve on the causeway before it starts getting to the backside of the bulge obstructed. But obviously part of the bridge is allegedly hidden behind the curve on the other side. So I find it interesting, but I definitely want to go because look, if there is a physical structure that proves the shape of the earth, that is a modern marvel. That is like a seven wonder of the world type shit. Like everybody should go, like schools all over the country should be taking kids to Pontchartrain so they can stand in awe at the curvature. Someone says angular resolution. Yeah, I bet that's probably a lot of it. But again, Pontchartrain is very interesting, and I want to go. I want to go check it out. I want to go see it for myself. I'm very, very curious. Sorry, it's just windy. Can't stand the wind. But yeah, wow. 205 live viewers. Wow. Whoa, wow. That's wow. Wow. So I just want to say thank you again to everybody who made it through the YouTube like censorship algorithm or whatever it is. You know, that's really cool, man. That's wow. That's crazy. It's like fix the mustache. Just like fix the mustache. So yeah, the Netflix documentary Behind the Curve, the Flat Earth documentary, having to admit, someone asked if I'm a tropical park. Negative, not a tropical park. I'll leave that for you to guess. Not a tropical park. I don't really ever go there very often. Mostly because I've never lived that close to it. But there's not much there, right? Not much tropical park. Like, yeah. I think there's a couple baseball fields or something. True TV News Network says he's from Miami. Oh, cool, man. What's up, bro? I've thought about doing like in-person meetups. You know, like a globe, like a globe skepticism meetup, like a Miami globe skepticism meetup. I've thought about doing that. Like basically like Miami skeptics like meetup. I've thought about it. You know, I've thought about it. Verrazano Bridge, 1/5/8 inch curvature. Is a monument. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Theo McGuarty. Oh, sorry, I missed Theo McGuarty with another $2 super chat. Feminist bridge that failed accounted for curve. What? Oh, Verrazano Bridge. One accounted laughable. Yeah. Yeah, here's the funny thing about Lake Pontchartrain, right? So when you look at like Soundly's footage, for example, and you see that stunning pronounced curvature, which I think it's possible that the curvature is exaggerated because of just the way that the optics involved in the observation work. It's interesting because hold up. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, swamp air like crazy. Yeah, Stephen Vegan, I know you say you're close. Stephen Vegan Simmons, I think he lives not far from here. Not far. So the thing with the Lake Pontchartrain is that there's a documentary. I think it's from National Geographic. I could be mistaken, but it's one of those Modern Marvel episodes. And in this episode of Modern Marvel, they're talking about Lake Pontchartrain. You know, Lake Pontchartrain Causeway and how they built it. And at one point, right before they cut to commercials, they have like a little pop quiz thing, you know, right before they cut to commercials. And the pop quiz is basically like, well, it's not really a pop quiz. It's more like a little factoid they give you before they cut to commercial. And the factoid is basically like, to account for the Earth's curvature, the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway was built 2 inches longer than its spans to account for the Earth's curvature. I think it was 2 inches. So literally what this Modern Marvels documentary, which I think has aired, I forget what network like produced it or funded it. I think it's aired on, where does Modern Marvels air? Wherever the hell it's aired. It's a popular show, popular thing. It's on mainstream TV networks. And it says that the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway was built 2 inches longer than its spans to account for Earth's curvature. So imagine that. 2 inches over, what is it, 20 miles? I forget how long the causeway is, like 20 miles or something like that. 2 inches over 20 miles is so tiny an amount of curvature. So, first of all, it don't look like no 2 inches in the Lake Pontchartrain observations from Soundly. And I'm pretty sure if you pop that into the curve calculator, it ain't 2 inches over 20-something miles. Someone says History Channel. Flat Earth Purse says all of my followers in Florida should have a live stream barbecue at the park. You know what? I've thought about doing a meetup. You know, there's certain complications with meetups, but I've thought about doing it. Um, it's kind of interesting. I bet there's a lot of globe skeptics. I bet there's a lot of globe skeptics out here in Miami, out here in Miami. I bet there's a ton of globe skeptics. I heard some people don't like Miami though. Even some globe tards don't like Miami. Maybe it's a racist thing. It's racist globers. There's so much racism. Just white atheists, white male atheist racists. Theo McGuirty says, "Is it possible for 2-inch variants control that span?" Because let's be honest, Miami is basically it's a Hispanic country. That's just what it is. You know, so many Cubans here. My parents born in Cuba, but there's also many others. There's many other Hispanic groups here. Basically, every fucking group is here. I was walking in. I was walking in Coral Gables once, and some dude saw me, and I think he started a random conversation with me, and I think like, because I think he was asking for directions or something, and he asks like one of the first within like 30 seconds of us talking, he's like, "Wow, you're the only white guy here." He was a white dude. He's like actually like white dude, you know. So so there's that. So yeah, that is true about Miami, but that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't think you have a lot of racist white atheists. White male atheists. Like it's just like white male atheists. I don't know if you have that many white male racist atheists. Like in Miami and stuff. Like just like racist white liberals. Just like racism and shit. Someone says Cubans are not Hispanic. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not getting into that one again. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that crap. I got into this race topic years ago. I'm done. I already debunked it. I already red pilled it. It's all a hoax. Thank you, dude. Wow, 188 people somehow made it through the shadow banning. Wow, that's great, guys. Really, that's something. Make sure you smash the bell notification icon. Just smash the bell notification icon. Just if you haven't smashed it, just like smash the bell notification icon. Truth TV News Network says, "I'm Cuban. We are Hispanic." The thing is, people on the internet like to distinguish between race and ethnicity. And so they will say that Cuban is not a race, it's an ethnicity, a culture, basically. Hispanic is not a race, it's basically just an ethnicity, it's just a culture. There's a difference between ethnicity and race, and you can be a white Caucasoid Cuban. Straight up. You can be a white. So they distinguish. And again, this is then you start getting to the whole race thing. And next thing you're getting into stupid ass race discussions. And I just don't care about it. I just don't want to talk about it. I'm sick of it. It's just, even the word race by its own, the word race implies competition. It's like a race. Like, you get in the race and you run, you got to beat your competitor. It's a race. The very word race is so inherently divisive, so inherently mentally ill. It's a discussion doomed to fail. So I hate talking about race. Because by very definition, it implies competition. Yeah, I got around 200 here, Chocolate saying. You got to be careful around here, man. You fucking... There's like these giant locust demons. Someone's asking me if I've heard of the mud flood. I've heard of it, but I just don't know shit about it. I just don't know anything. It just strikes me as weird. The whole thing strikes me as weird, but I don't know much about it. I don't know. I just know there's a lot of people like fucking nudging me. Like, why aren't you talking about it? Talk about the Mars flood. It's like, dude, calm down, bro. I don't even know what the fuck that is. So, thoughts on the mud flood? I don't know shit about it. A lot of people basically say that a lot of Cubans, white Cubans, are basically just Spaniards. Basically just from Spain. Spaniards. See, that's the thing. I do get a tan though. You know, see, it's kind of like whiter here than I am on this side. You know, so it's like I will get a tan when I'm in the sun. It's a weird thing. So let me see if I does that look whiter? See it like a demarcation line. So it's like, okay, well, so what's going on there? Maybe if caucasoids spend enough time under the sun, they start getting tan functionalities or something. I just don't care. I don't care about the topic. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Tartaria. Yes, Tartaria. Sounds like tartar. Or like a tart. Sounds like a food item. Tartar. Sounds like a little tart. Go eat a little tart. Yeah, and don't get me started on the fucking DNA testing fad. That's like the hottest fucking thing now. You know, everyone's giving it to each other as a Christmas gift. And I heard that Susan Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube, her sister owns, I think, 23andMe. Could be wrong about which one, but she owns one of those DNA testing companies. And it's just like, I find it so bizarre how the media tells us you're not supposed to talk about race. You're supposed to look past race. Don't be racially conscious. View everybody as equal. And at the very same time, you see commercials on TV during the holiday seasons to go buy a DNA testing kit so you can literally obsess over your racial makeup. Really? Really? Fucking really? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So that's what it is, and it's ridiculous. Hang on, I think I missed something here. Nope. So it's like, it's this thing. So when you see the media saying you're supposed to stop being a racist, but then they're simultaneously telling you to go obsess over your race, to become race conscious, to literally get pride in your race. I mean, that's literally what they're telling you to do. Buy a DNA test so you can take pride in your racial ancestry. Look at the commercials. That's what it is. Swear to God, sometimes you hear like this hissing sound right next to you, and you're like, what is that? What the fuck is that? I was walking through these freaking trees the other day. Massive locust demons from hell were chasing me through the fucking woods. So you hear like a little hissing sound. You're like, is there a locust like staring at me? So you look at the commercials um, for like these DNA tests, and the whole thing is all about taking pride. There's this one, there's this one ridiculous commercial, so racially, just so racist. Let's just use the R word. Let's just come out and say it. So racist. The um, the commercial, it's targeted, scientifically PR targeted to black females. So racist. I think it was a 23andMe. It might have been Ancestry, and it's basically showing a black woman who takes the DNA test, and she finds out that where she came from Africa, and she was the matriarchal leader of a black tribe in Africa. This is the commercial, dude. This is the commercial for this shit. And then it cuts back to the woman in the modern times, and she has this look of pride in her face. She's like, "Oh, I guess I'm a empowered feminist matriarch, tribes leader." I was like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? What is this Black Panther, Wakanda, racist bullshit? Look it up. Someone's like, I gotta see this commercial. Look it up. Go ahead, try to find it on YouTube. It shows a black female, and it targets their insecurities, and it targets their subconscious to get them to buy some stupid DNA kit. What's up, Nathan Oakley? Nathan Oakley always letting me down, man, when he doesn't do a freaking live show, man. Always letting me down, Nathan. Nathan, the devastating concession from the Netflix documentary Behind the Curve, the devastating concession is that they had to admit that flat earthers can be really intelligent. Really, really, really intelligent. Nathan Oakley, I don't know if you've seen the Behind the Curve documentary on Netflix, but yeah, they have to concede, which is devastating. Because Nathan, as you probably know, when you want to call somebody stupid, what do you call them? You call them a flat earther. That's how it's been for decades, probably centuries, probably millennia, who knows. You call them stupid. So that has been one of the primary tactics for discrediting flat earthers, is basically having a monopoly on dictating the social interpretation of globe skeptics and flat earthers. And so, thanks to the internet, actual high IQ globe skeptics and flat earthers have proven that a lot of times they're actually way smarter than your average globetard. So that's a devastating concession, Nathan Oakley. Let's go back here. That's the devastating concession. They had to admit that flat earthers are actually pretty smart. Pretty smart, talented people. And the example I gave was one part in the documentary. They're featuring this guy's flat earth models that he makes from scratch in his like garage or something. Beautiful flat earth models. You can buy them online. Beautiful. And then the documentary, after showcasing his incredible, intricate, high IQ craftsmanship, they then cut to the experts that they interviewed in the documentary to discredit flat earth, and basically said, well, look, we can't say that people are becoming flat earthers because they're stupid. There's definitely a lot of intelligence. These people are not dumb. They're definitely smart people. So, devastating. Devastating. Nathan Oakley says, sure, Mark Sargent sent me a bootleg copy. Oh, cool. Oh, Chris Pontius. Oh, thank you, Nathan. Yes, Chris Pontius. He makes incredible flat Earth models. I looked at them and then I saw the price and I was like, okay, bye. But they're beautiful. But yeah, they're pricey. But they're fucking beautiful. So I just want to say thank you again to everybody who like somehow made it through the shadow banning algorithm today. That was like, wow, that was great. Wow, that was like stunning. But I just want to say thank you for everybody. Yeah, so yeah, I think big tech's time is up, legally speaking, because it's really starting to look bad for them. Their psychotic white privilege tyranny, censoring everybody they disagree with. It was exposed on the Joe Rogan podcast with Tim Pool last week. Stunning. I mean, Tim Pool even got the fucking lawyer for Twitter to like quiver, malfunction, and concede. She conceded. A lawyer. This lady sat before Congress and was grilled by like 20 or something politicians that she didn't concede. But Tim frickin' Pool made her concede. It's incredible. But it goes to show you how weak politicians are. Fucking hands falling asleep. You know, it's like beard, just like beard. I think Nathan Oakley should grow a beard. I'm just saying, Nathan, like, grow a beard, dude. Like, just do it. So when no one says, what's up, bro, I'm not sure what's true, but flat Earth does make sense. Well, even mainstream textbooks will admit that flat Earth makes sense. Shit, mainstream textbooks will say flat, stationary, and geocentric makes sense. There's one college textbook called, what's it called, damn it? The Cosmic Perspective. And the Cosmic Perspective, let me make sure I didn't. Yeah. The Cosmic Perspective basically says that it's a mainstream textbook, and in this textbook, it's an astronomy textbook. It says, like in the first chapter, it says we can understand. No, they say it's understandable that, I'm paraphrasing. It's understandable that our ancestors would think that the Earth is flat, stationary, and geocentric. But nowadays, science knows better, and we realize that all that shit was dumb shit. Now I'm really paraphrasing. But let me end the paraphrase there and nugget here, which is, yeah, now science knows better, and now science tells us, they teach us. Ow. Fuck. Sorry. Fucking little ants biting me. Somebody said earlier that there's gigantic roaches in Miami. There are roaches. I mean, there's a part of the world where there are not roach problems. You know, it's. But sometimes here, dude, you just see some massive monster roaches. It sucks. Sorry about the wind. I say, yeah, it's according to the heliocentric model. What we perceive turned out to be wrong, according to the heliocentric model. And that even though we have every reason from our observations to think the Earth is flat, stationary, and geocentric, the heliocentric model says that's all wrong, and that now you have to believe in the biggest conspiracy theory of them all. And the biggest conspiracy theory of them all that you're supposed to believe is that the laws of physics and all the matter in the universe blew up out of a big bang for no reason whatsoever, and then conspired to deceive your senses, conspired to come together on these spherical ball planets that look flat, feel flat, and appear as if everything is revolving around it. All the laws of physics and all the matter in the universe conspired to deceive your senses. It is the ultimate conspiracy theory. The heliocentric model is the ultimate conspiracy theory. The ultimate conspiracy theory. You think flat Earth is a conspiracy theory? The heliocentric model is a conspiracy theory. That all the laws of physics, all the matter in the universe blew up out of a big bang for no reason and conspired and formed in such a way that your senses have been deceived. Thank you, Lil Arizona. Someone thinks that I'm a flat Earth troll, that I'm basically trolling. Yes, that's what people tell themselves out of frantic desperation because they don't know how to reconcile or deal with the fact that so many people are becoming skeptics. Someone says I have more thumbs up than viewers. Yeah, I don't know how the hell I have 120. I really don't know. But like I said earlier, if you want to probably a sense of the real live view count, multiply it by 6 or 7. That's probably fair. Maybe 6 or 7. You want to be conservative, 4 or 5. Julie Bennett says, perhaps they are trying to demotivate you. Well, when an expose, a real news expose was published like 2 weeks ago, it was found that Facebook has algorithms for deboosting and demotivating people from posting comments and basically engaging on their platform. If you are posting videos or comments about something they don't like, they have algorithms in place that if you try to post your comment, it says error and it doesn't let you post it. You have to try like 3 times. They also reduce your bandwidth. Little tricks like that on a little microscope, I call them micro annoyances. They are there to demotivate you from using their platforms. They don't want to outright boot you from the platform because that's, as far as I know, that's basically illegal because these big tech companies, they operate as, I forget the term for it, but you can either You can operate as a publisher or just as like a platform where anyone can post anything. And there's certain benefits to acting as just a platform that has no biases. And the moment you start biasing and choosing what can or cannot be on the platform, you become a publisher of content, and that comes with tons of new regulations. Tons of new regulations. So when you say they're trying to demotivate me, I absolutely believe that they are using tiny little micro things, micro annoyances to get you to leave the platform voluntarily, so you don't leave, so you don't have to get censored off, and then they become a publisher. Yeah, little by little, little things like that. Little things like that. They know what they're doing. And they big tech got exposed bad on the Joe Rogan podcast last week with Tim Pool. Wow. Bad. It's not looking good for big tech. I mean, Jack Dorsey basically admitted, he's like, yeah, I feel bad that people need to be censored, and I feel like it's hard to figure this whole censorship thing out. And I just think, like, in the future, we're just gonna have crypto based, blockchain based social media companies. So, you know, in the future, there won't be any big tech censorship because there won't be anybody running the platforms. So Jack Dorsey's like, he agrees. He just doesn't know, as the head of the company. See, there won't be a head of the company if it's a crypto or blockchain based social media site. So as the head of the company, he's kind of put pressure is put on him to make a decision about hateful content or whatever. Todd the Tornado says, I love how Chris thinks Neil deGrasse Tyson is a flat earther. Never said that, never suggested that. Todd's just a fucking idiot, dude. Todd is like our in house moron. Always trolling. Always trolling. But we love Todd. Everybody said, send your love to Todd. It's not on the shirt. Todd. Todd. Obviously, Neil deGrasse Tyson thinks the Earth is a spinning space ball. Well, he might think that. Maybe he doesn't. Who knows what he really thinks? But that's what he says in public, anyways. But he absolutely said that the Earth is flat from 128,000 feet altitude. And that's ironic, especially when so many people hallucinated Earth's curvature from an airplane window at 35,000 feet altitude. Simple. Simple. Wow, my hand keeps going numb. Holding up this. Sorry. I said everybody send your love to Todd. I said it. It's a beautiful day out here. Yeah, once you realize horizons are optical, then everything changes. That's the big realization. Todd says 120,000 feet is only 22 miles. The Earth is really, really big. Yeah, but that's not the point. That's not the point. Yes, yes, we know. We know you wouldn't be able to see the Earth's curvature from that close, assuming it's that big. The problem is, I think there's a the problem is, I think there's a lot of globers out there who say you can see Earth's curvature from way closer, or way lower than 128,000 feet. So think about that. So you're saying we can't see curvature from 128,000 feet because it's not high enough. There's a lot of diehard globe defenders out there who say you can see it from way lower. So your consensus is clashing with itself. And don't forget, when you are a consensus cult member, consensus is everything. Consensus is everything. What is my opinion on evolution? Evolution is exactly what a human mind would concoct as an origin tale for humanity and life itself, when you presuppose that our reality must have a naturalistic or physicalistic explanation or cause. So it's a fairy tale religion. And I think people are allowed to have different opinions. You know, I just think if you're like a tolerant, upper class, white liberal atheist, I just think you should learn to be like tolerant. Like be like don't be so bigoted and prejudicial. Prejudicial. Don't be so intolerant and prejudicial. Like I think if you're like an upper class, white liberal atheist, like I feel like you should just be more tolerant of people who have different views. Like you shouldn't be so like bigoted and hateful and like intolerant. Like that's what I think. Like it's just like liberal. It's like white male atheist or something. I don't understand. What's up, Flat World Logic? What's up, Flat World Logic? Yeah, I mean, the moment you look out into the world, you are staring into a visual matrix. You are staring into, in many ways, you're staring into an illusion, because what you can see with your eye is a subjective interpretation of things. I mean, angular size alone proves my point. You know, that tree over there is not actually that big. If you put a tape measure to it, it has an objective measurement, but angularly, it can look smaller if it's far away enough than something that's closer to me, even though that thing closer to me measures smaller than the bigger tree in the distance. So, like, I just find it funny how ships disappearing bottom up, an optical phenomenon, is passed as slam dunk conclusive proof that we live on a globe. Like, this shouldn't pass for Bill Nye the Science Guy's TV show as proof we live on a globe. Ships disappearing bottom up. What we see is so visually subjective that you better at least understand all the variables at work with sight, including, yes, perspective. I'm pretty sure that when you look out from the beach and you look out at a body of water and you see that water extend far into the distance and you see that hard line between the water and the sky, I'm pretty damn sure that that is not the peak of the bulge of water curving away. I'm pretty sure that's just it's literally an optical phenomenon. Literally, it is just the compression point of your vision. That's it. So once you realize that horizons are simply an optical phenomenon, you really start to question. You basically become like a skeptic at that point. It's like that's when you're basically like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna subscribe to Skeptic magazine. Like, that's when you're just like, yeah, you know what? It's time. It's time to subscribe to Skeptic magazine. And I don't know, like maybe even like become a member of the International Skeptic Fund. Sign up for like a year. Like, just like support skepticism in your town. Like, it's like, I'm serious, bro. So yeah. Guys, I think I'm done for now. I want to say thank you to everybody who somehow made it through the censorship algorithm, shadow banning algorithm. But thank you guys so much for getting through. Again, the devastating concession that was made in the Netflix Flat Earth documentary was that Flat Earthers aren't necessarily stupid. That Flat Earthers can actually be really, really smart people. Really, really smart people. And that was the concession that was made. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So go watch the Netflix documentary Behind the Curve. It's incredible. Let me hold that super chat there. It's incredible. And it makes some fascinating points. Most importantly, that flat earthers can be smart people, even though they are universally ridiculed, mocked, and recognized as the dumbest people on the face of the planet. So we have a super chat here from Theo McGuarty. When the angular size of an object or portion or bottom drops below any optica, sorry, let me pull that up there. Any optica angular resolution limit, that object disappears, period. I absolutely bet it does. I absolutely bet it does. And people want to simplify it. They want to simplify our observations. You know how many factors are involved when you look at the horizon and interpret it as a heavily optically reliant observation? Things get really, really complex then, including, guess what? Refraction, perspective, angular size, angular resolution, diffraction limits, Rayleigh criterion, Airy's diffraction. And we can just go on and on and on and on and on. So that is the essence of it. Thank you, Theo McGuarty, for the super chat. Thank you to everybody who smashed the super chat. Make sure, everybody, that you smash the bell notification icon right down there. Smash it. So you can get notified. Hopefully, you will get notified. Smash it, smash it, smash it. And that's it. Damning Concession. Flat Earthers are not stupid. Go watch the Netflix Flat Earth documentary, Behind the Curve, and they concede. Flat Earthers are not stupid. They could actually be very smart and very talented. Devastating for the globetards.